Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rayan Daily English.
I'm Emily, and I'm so glad you're here with us today. Whether you're listening while having your morning coffee, on your commute, or winding down in the evening, welcome to our little learning community.
And I'm Tom, and I'm here because, honestly, my mornings are a disaster. Like imagine a tornado hitting a bedroom, and somewhere in that chaos is a person frantically looking for matching socks. That's me.
Today, we're talking about morning routines, how to build them, how to maintain them, and why they matter so much for your overall well-being and productivity.
And just to be clear, when you say morning routine, you're not talking about those Instagram people who wake up at 4:30 a.m. to meditate, journal, do yoga, make a smoothie bowl, and walk their golden retriever while the sun rises, right?
No, Tom. We're talking about realistic, sustainable routines for real humans with real lives. This episode is for anyone who wants to start their day with more intention and less chaos. If you're an intermediate English learner, around B1 to B2 level, this is perfect for you. We'll be having a natural conversation, but I'll make sure everything is clear and accessible.
And Emily makes everything make sense, trust me, even when I'm confused, which is often.
You're not confused, you're curious. And that's exactly what we want. Now, before we dive in, I want to let you know about the resources we've created for this episode. We have a full transcript available, so you can read along or review later. We've also created something I'm really excited about, the Morning Momentum Worksheet and the 30-day Routine Builder template.
The worksheet is genuinely helpful, by the way. I tested it out, and it actually made me think about my mornings differently.
I'm so glad. All the links are in the episode description. Grab those resources because we'll be referencing them throughout our conversation today.
All right, so where do we start? Because I feel like I've tried to create morning routines before, and they just evaporate. Like I'm motivated on Sunday night, and by Tuesday morning, I'm back to chaos.
That is the perfect place to start, actually. Let me paint you a picture and tell me if this sounds familiar. It's Monday morning, your alarm goes off, you hit snooze once, twice, maybe 3 times. You finally drag yourself out of bed, already running late. You rush through a shower, grab whatever clothes are clean, maybe skip breakfast, and leave the house feeling like you're already behind before the day has even started.
That's uncomfortably accurate. Are you watching me through my window?
No, it's just incredibly common. And here's what I want you to understand right from the start. This isn't a character flaw. This is a design problem.
Okay, so you just described my morning perfectly. But here's my honest question, and I feel kind of embarrassed asking it. Why can't I just wake up when my alarm goes off? Like I set the alarm with good intentions. I go to bed thinking tomorrow I'll wake up right away. And then morning comes and it's like my hand has a mind of its own, just reaching for that snooze button.
Tom, I love that you're being so honest about this. And you know what? You just identified one of the most common morning routine killers. I call it the snooze cycle trap. And it's not about willpower, it's about biology and habit design.
Wait, biology? You mean it's not just me being lazy?
Not at all. Here's what's happening. When you hit snooze and fall back asleep, you're entering a new sleep cycle. But you're only sleeping for, 9 minutes? So your brain starts to fall into deeper sleep, and then beep, the alarm goes off again. You're waking up from that deeper sleep state, which makes you feel even groggier than if you'd just gotten up the first time.
Oh man, so I'm actually making myself more tired by trying to get a little more sleep?
Exactly. Think of it like this. Imagine you're warming up your car on a cold morning. You turn the ignition, the engine starts to warm up, and then you turn it off. Then you do it again and again. Each time, the engine has to start cold. That's what you're doing to your brain with the snooze button.
Oh,
So it's like I'm making my brain start the wake-up process over and over instead of just letting it warm up once and get going.
Perfect. You've got it exactly. The solution isn't more willpower, it's better design. This is what I call the first alarm final principle.
The first alarm final principle. I like that it rhymes. But doesn't that mean I have to just force myself awake? That sounds awful.
It sounds awful because you're imagining it with your current alarm setup. But here's the trick. You need to make the first alarm something that actually wakes you up properly. Put your alarm across the room so you have to physically get out of bed. Use a light-based alarm that gradually brightens. Or use your favorite energizing song instead of that horrible beeping sound.
So instead of making waking up harder by hitting snooze, I make the actual waking up easier by designing it better.
Now you're getting it. And in the morning momentum worksheet, there's a whole section called Alarm Audit where you can evaluate your current wake-up method and design a better one.
Okay, I'm actually excited to try this, which is weird because we're talking about waking up.
That's the whole point, making it something that works with you, not against you.
All right, so let's say I've conquered the snooze button. I'm out of bed, I'm vertical. But then what? Because honestly, even when I do wake up on time, I kind of just wander around. Like I'll check my phone for just a minute, and suddenly 30 minutes have disappeared, and I don't even remember what I looked at.
Oh, the phone black hole. Tom, you're describing what I call decision fatigue morning edition. You're starting your day by making dozens of tiny decisions with zero structure, and your brain is still waking up, so you default to the easiest thing, scrolling.
Decision fatigue? That sounds intense.
It is. Every decision, even small ones like what should I do next or should I check this notification, uses mental energy. And in the morning, your mental energy is limited because your brain is still booting up. This is where the first hour framework becomes incredibly powerful.
Okay, I'm listening. What's the framework?
The first hour framework is simple. You create a sequence of 3 to 5 non-negotiable activities that you do every single morning in the same order. Not a million things, just 3 to 5. This sequence becomes automatic, so you're not deciding what to do next, you already know.
But doesn't that get boring, like doing the exact same thing every day?
Great question. Here's a metaphor that might help. Think about professional athletes before a game. They have warm-up routines that are exactly the same every time. Why? Because that routine signals to their brain and body, okay, it's game time. They're not bored by it, they're empowered by it. It frees up their mental energy for the actual performance.
So my morning routine is like warming up for the game of my day.
Exactly. And here's the beautiful part. Once it's automatic, you don't waste energy deciding. You just flow through the sequence while your brain fully wakes up.
Okay, so what would be in this sequence? Like, what are we talking about? Shower, breakfast, that kind of thing?
It can be, but I encourage people to think in terms of 3 categories. Something for your body, something for your mind, and something for your environment. For example, stretch or move for 5 minutes, body, read or journal for 10 minutes, mind, and make your bed or tidy your space, environment.
Wait, so it doesn't have to be this huge time commitment? Like, we're talking maybe 20, 30 minutes total?
That's exactly right. It's about consistency and intention, not duration. I'd rather you do 15 minutes every single day than plan for an hour-long routine that you abandon by Wednesday.
Okay, that feels way more doable. I was imagining I'd need to wake up 2 hours earlier or something.
Nope. And in the 30-day routine builder template, we actually walk you through selecting your 3 to 5 activities and tracking them. There's a progress tracker that helps you see your consistency building over time.
I like that because I can visually see that I'm actually doing it. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying, but getting nowhere.
Exactly. Tracking creates evidence of your progress, which builds momentum.
All right, so we've covered waking up and having a framework, but I have to confess something. My phone is kind of an addiction. Like, I know I shouldn't check it first thing, but it's right there on my nightstand, and I use it as my alarm, and before I even realize what I'm doing, I'm scrolling through messages and news and social media and yeah.
Tom, welcome to the 21st century struggle. You are absolutely not alone. In fact, studies show that about 80% of smartphone users check their phone within 15 minutes of waking up, so this is nearly universal.
That makes me feel slightly better, but also that's kind of depressing.
It is, because here's what's happening when you check your phone first thing. You're immediately putting yourself in reactive mode. You're responding to other people's priorities, other people's emergencies, other people's content, before you've even had a chance to set your own intention for the day.
Reactive mode versus what? Proactive mode?
Exactly. And this is what I call the creator versus consumer principle. When you start your day by consuming, scrolling, reading news, checking messages, you're training your brain to be a consumer. But when you start with your routine, something you've decided to do, you're in creator mode.
But doesn't that mean I might miss something important? Like what if there's an emergency message or something urgent?
Fair concern, but let me ask you, how many actual emergencies have happened where those extra 20 minutes of response time made a critical difference?
Well, honestly, probably none. I think in my head everything feels urgent, but when I really think about it,
Right. Our brains aren't good at distinguishing between urgent and grabbing our attention. Think of your phone like a needy puppy. It will always want your attention right now. But that doesn't mean it actually needs it right now.
a needy puppy, that's perfect. So what do I actually do about it?
Here's the simple solution. Create physical distance. Get a regular alarm clock, yes, they still exist, and charge your phone in a different room overnight. Or at minimum, put it across the room so it's not the first thing you touch.
But what if okay, this is going to sound silly, but what if I need my phone for my routine, like I listen to a meditation app or whatever?
Not silly at all. If you need your phone for a specific routine activity, here's the rule. Put it in grayscale mode at night, turn off all notifications, and only open the specific app you need. Don't open email, messages, or social media until after your first hour framework is complete.
Grayscale mode, that's where everything is in black and white?
Yes, it makes your phone so much less appealing. All those apps are designed with bright colors to grab your attention. In grayscale, they're just boring.
So I'm literally making it less shiny and attractive so I'm less drawn to it.
Exactly. You're designing your environment to support the behavior you want rather than fighting against temptation with willpower alone.
This is kind of brilliant. I'm removing the temptation instead of trying to be strong enough to resist it.
Now you're thinking like a designer, and the Morning Momentum worksheet has a section called Phone Boundaries, where you can plan your specific strategy.
All right, I'm feeling really motivated right now. Like I want to start this tomorrow and build this perfect morning routine. But here's what I'm worried about. I have felt this way before. I get all excited, I start strong, and then life happens. I sleep through my alarm, or I have an early meeting, or I'm traveling, and suddenly the routine is broken and I just give up. Why do I do that?
Tom, this might be the most important thing we talk about today. What you're describing is what I call the all or nothing trap, and it destroys more routines than anything else.
The all or nothing trap?
Yes, it's this belief that if you can't do your routine perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. You miss one day and you think, well, I've broken my streak, so I've failed. So you abandon the whole thing.
That is exactly what I do. How did you know?
Because it's what most people do. Our brains love black and white thinking. Either I'm doing this perfectly or I'm failing. But real life isn't black and white. Real life is messy and unpredictable.
But doesn't that mean I can't build a consistent routine if life is always interrupting?
No, it means you need to plan for interruptions instead of being derailed by them. This is where the 3-tier routine concept comes in.
3-tier? Like having backup plans?
Exactly. You create 3 versions of your routine: the ideal day routine, the busy day routine, and the survival day routine.
Can you give me an example? Because I'm trying to picture this.
Sure, let's say your ideal day routine is 20 minutes of movement, 15 minutes of journaling, healthy breakfast, and no phone for an hour. That's your full routine when you have time and energy.
Okay, got it.
Your busy day routine might be 5 minutes of stretching, 5 minutes of journaling, quick breakfast, and no phone for 30 minutes. It's a condensed version of the same routine.
So it's like the compressed version of the same routine.
Exactly. And then your survival day routine, for those days when everything is chaotic, might be 2 minutes of deep breathing, drink a glass of water, make your bed. That's it. Super minimal, but you're still anchoring yourself.
Oh, so even on a terrible day, I'm not breaking the routine. I'm just doing the survival version. I'm still showing up.
Yes. Think of it like working out. Professional trainers say that showing up is more important than how hard you work. If you can only do 10 minutes instead of an hour, you still go to the gym because consistency builds the habit, not perfection.
So it's better to do 2 minutes of my routine every single day than to do the perfect routine most days and skip when it's hard?
Exactly right, because what you're really building is the identity of someone who has a morning routine, and you can't build that identity if you disappear whenever things get challenging.
Excited! This changes everything. I always thought missing a day meant I failed, but actually, I can just drop down to the survival level and still count it as a win.
Now you're getting it, and this 3-tier system is built into the 30-day routine builder template. You can plan all 3 versions right from the start.
So I'm planning for imperfection?
You're planning for reality.
Okay, I feel like I have the tools now, but I want to ask something that might sound philosophical. Why does any of this actually matter? Like, in the big picture, does it really make a difference if I have a morning routine or not?
Tom, I'm so glad you're asking this, because if you don't connect your routine to something meaningful, it becomes just another thing to check off a list, and that's not sustainable.
Right, like I don't want to just do this because it's what productive people do. I want to understand why it matters for me.
So let me ask you, what's important to you? What do you want your life to feel like?
I guess I want to feel like I'm living intentionally, like I'm making choices instead of just reacting to whatever happens. And I want to feel calm instead of constantly stressed and rushed.
Beautiful. So your morning routine isn't about becoming some perfect productivity machine. It's about creating space for intention and calm in a world that's constantly pulling you toward reaction and chaos.
So the routine is like creating a foundation for the kind of day I actually want to have.
Yes. Think of your morning routine like tuning an instrument before a performance. If you start your day rushed, reactive, and scattered, you're playing out of tune all day. But if you start with intention, presence, and calm, you've tuned your instrument. Everything else flows more smoothly.
That's a really beautiful way to think about it. It's not about the routine itself, it's about how it sets me up for everything else.
Exactly. And here's what I've seen over and over. People who build sustainable morning routines start to see changes in other areas of their life. They make better food choices because they're not rushing. They're more patient with people because they're not frazzled. They're more creative because they've created space for their brain to think.
So it's like a ripple effect. The morning routine is the stone dropped in the water.
Perfect metaphor. The morning is the stone, and the ripples move through your entire day.
This makes me actually want to do this, not because I should, but because I can see how it connects to the person I want to be.
And that, Tom, is the real secret to consistency. When your routine is connected to your values and identity, it becomes something you want to do, not something you have to do. All right, Tom, let's bring this all together. We've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about the snooze cycle trap and the first alarm final principle, understanding that hitting snooze actually makes you groggier.
We learned about the first hour framework, creating a sequence of 3 to 5 non-negotiable activities that become automatic so we're not wasting mental energy on decisions.
We tackled the phone problem with the creator versus consumer principle, understanding that checking our phone first thing puts us in reactive mode instead of proactive mode.
And then the big one for me, the all-or-nothing trap and the 3-tier routine system, having ideal, busy, and survival versions so I never have to skip completely.
Finally, we connected it all to something bigger, understanding that your morning routine is about tuning your instrument, creating the foundation for living with intention rather than just reacting to chaos.
You know what's wild? Thoughtful pause. I came into this conversation thinking morning routines were about productivity, like getting more done, but actually, it's about something deeper. It's about claiming agency over my own day.
Tom, that's such a profound insight. That's exactly it. In a world where so much feels out of our control, our morning routine is this one space where we get to decide. We're the author of those first moments.
It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional.
Beautifully said. And speaking of intention, we have a challenge for you, all of our listeners out there.
Yes, okay, so what's the challenge?
For the next 7 days, we want you to commit to just one thing. Decide on your survival day routine. That's the absolute minimum you can do, and do it every single day for a week. Not the ideal routine, not the busy routine, just the survival version.
Wait, we're starting with the easiest version, not building up to it?
Exactly, because we want you to build the consistency muscle first. If you can show up 7 days in a row with the minimal version, you're proving to yourself that you can be consistent. Then you can add more.
So my survival routine might be like drink water, take 3 deep breaths, and make my bed.
Perfect. Just those 3 things every morning for 7 days. And here's the important part. Use the 30-day routine builder template to check off each day. Track your streak.
And if I miss a day?
You don't start over. You just pick back up the next day. Remember, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for pattern. We also want to hear from you. Come find us on social media or leave a comment on this episode. Tell us, what's your survival day routine going to be? What are those 2, 3 non-negotiable things?
And if you want to share your progress after 7 days, we'd love to hear how it went. Did you feel different? What surprised you?
Exactly. Remember, all our resources are linked in the episode description. The transcript of this full conversation, the morning momentum worksheet with the alarm audit and phone boundary sections, and the 30-day routine builder template with space for your 3 tiers and tracking.
Seriously, grab those resources. They make this so much more concrete and doable.
Tom, before we finish, what's your biggest takeaway from today?
Honestly, that I've been making this too complicated. I thought I needed to become a different person to have a good morning routine. But actually, I just need to design something that works for the person I already am, with all my messy reality.
That might be my favorite thing anyone's ever said on this podcast. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to create structure that supports who you are.
Design for reality, not for the Instagram version of reality.
Yes, perfectly said.
So, to everyone listening, you don't have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. You don't have to meditate for an hour. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up for yourself, even if it's just for 2 minutes.
And remember what we always say here, progress over perfection. Small, consistent actions create transformation. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start where you are.
Start where you are. I love that.
Thank you all so much for spending this time with us today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might benefit. Every share helps us reach more people who are on this journey of growth and learning.
And we'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, set that alarm across the room.
And maybe put your phone in grayscale.
Design your morning. Don't just survive it.
Beautiful.
All right, everyone, take care of yourselves.
See you in the morning. Well, not literally. That would be weird.
Bye, everyone.